that. Let's get into the game. Let's stop all the talking. That's what you asked for in Twitch chat, so that's what we're going to give you. We're going to give you the game. The semifinals for the ESL Pro League Season 13 starts now.
Analysts, stop talk. OMG, start game. We will. Gambit, NIP, and I cannot believe we get to see Gambit once again doing their messy start straight down the middle, up the guts. And if they can win the individual duels, it certainly bodes well. Look at the health bars. Already NIP working at a large disadvantage. ZTR rocking a hard place. He doesn't go down.
It can get to B at least.
Yeah, don't speak too soon, Chad. Those shots through the smoke have all connected, but you're bang on. They do manage to get through before the smoke fades. So it's not all tickety-boo for these CTs. Rez with 3 HP as he gets that bomb down.
All right, this one's going to slow for a second here. Nafny still has a smoke. He's going to deploy that. Coffins wouldn't be a bad location, and the plant tucked in towards first oranges.
Doubling up new box. It might be a really smart play for a pistol round like this. They'll have Hampus just take these fights actively, and then should he go down, they'll perhaps consider it clear on this very late retake.
Halfway tick now.
Yeah,
no
becoming
kit.
an issue. These shots are great from Hampus. He's keeping them at bay. They have closed the gap. They have a smoke. It might want to drop that on the bomb soon. And now Rez baited in on that new box position. Will they clear it? Will they check it? They do.
No time.
It's only ZTR, and they don't have the time for this. It's already going to be their round. Gambit, though, recover enough to keep 3 hearts beating. NIP take the pistol.
Oh, all right. That was, once again, as you mentioned, the same kind of start out of Gambit in your face on a map like Inferno. And to see NIP picking into this one.
Well, we didn't really get much time to say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. So, yeah, Inferno, I need to remember, when it's Infernos, there's probably going to be a fight in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah, they're loving a bit of a biff there, right? But once we get into the gun rounds, it changes up a bit.
Yeah.
And I think that's where Gambit and their CT side can be exploited. A few of the weaknesses that we've seen, or at least we've noted, is that when teams get that arch side control or get in mid to B, Gambit do look skittish. I don't think they look themselves once they lose that territory. But the force buy is in.
Boom, that's info, and that is a dead Axile. Nafny does well to peek off for the trade. They had to stick around for those fights. Couldn't afford to concede too much to the AKs. And so, second round forcing a man advantage early. Gambit will be happy with this. They got ZTR lurking in the apps, and Snorker starting his adventure up Banana.
Oh, Inter's getting ready to push here.
Yeah, is there a flash for this? No, dry, and only the Deagle. Plopsky will take them both, and a tag from Shiro's Scout. He does need more. They're both within that one-shot range. Nafny late down the cat. Nork to plant, smokes off the coffins to enable that. Plopsky, the one with the bomb on his back. 60 seconds. Unless Shiro hits some sort of coffins wallbang, I don't see a universe where Nafny gets more than one. Baited in. Nice start. Plopsky now down. Nork in the pool. One clear trajectory from the smoke. He knows the other's Banana. ZTR. They might want to boost this, you know.
Late boost. This could be terrific.
You reckon? It's up. Nork has to be paranoid about coffins. So threatening, and that's just what he was waiting for. They know the last was Banana. This will by no means be easy. And ZTR's tucked in on that corner, so this duel is everything for him. Now, good timing. Peeks out on the flash. It's a fake. And Nafny booked. Nice work from ZTR. He's played that well. He knows he's won the round. And Nafny just trying to take everything down with him. Doesn't want to stop that AK from being recovered. He might be safe and sound. 4 from Nafny, and he does survive. Now, what's interesting here is Gambit are currently 0-2 down, but NIP have lost 4 players in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah,
5 players.
They've had nobody survive in these affairs. So all in all, it's some brawly Counter-Strike, and not what I was expecting out of the gate by any means. Now, if you just take everybody down yet again, this is where if you're Gambit, you will consider the force buy on the CT side. This is not normal, right? Normally on the CT side, after you lose that force buy, you take a save, but the conditions that you were just talking about have lured them into this once again. So the buy, M4, Galil, a couple of pistols in there, and SMG, the buys on both teams, very, very similar here, and they just want to biff mid. They do not want to allow NIP to have a lot of space to walk around here.
10 deaths for the winning team over the first 2 rounds.
All right, well, now we're getting into a bit of normality here. Things slowing down. Utility is actually pretty good for Gambit, and one of the highlights for them is holding onto their smokes and mollies until late. Astralis pushed them the other day to force it out earlier, but still got to cross the line. Yeah,
this is a well-timed nade. Shiro throw it on the contact. He actually thinks better of it. Doesn't want to re-aggress. Axile is in a bit of an open point of float. He tries to time Plopsky, and on his peak, he does find one. However, NIP up long, flooding towards the A site. Nade from Axile does bode well. Enters in a bit of a sweet spot between the responsibilities of Long and Balk.
This is where Gambit struggle, when they have given him arch side and mid to B. Now, Hobbit, he's floating around towards Library. Might be able to assist soon, but as those smokes...
Reaggress on the flash.
It's perfect.
They confirm it. There's only one there, and Rez is gone. No one else to report. B, better get ready. Nafany is going to have to batten down the hatches. He has no smoke remaining. You can see he's dropped it already.
Oh, they're loud about this here. Couple smokes and flashes to facilitate the entry.
I didn't see when he dropped that. I don't know how much longer he's got on it. Probably not enough for Hobbit to be there in support, because they're already walking through as it fades.
Hobbit has a flash here to help set him up. If they go contact...
Oh, it's a bit late now. No info, no sound cues. Now the smoke is there. Hobbit needs to get that flash thrown. Releases it now, peek above the new box. That's the plan. He didn't choose to swing upon it. Time's on his side. And Nafany now timing perfectly. The bomb's loose. And Gambit break NIP. Third time's the charm.
Oof, all right, 2 rounds in the hole. Nafany yet to die. 7-0 for him to kick things off here.
Okay, yeah.
It's been a bit brawly, been a bit action-packed. And yeah, they clearly want to fight. They don't just want to give away territory. Gambit are actually using their individual prowess here. Taking a lot of biffs.
The timing, the fact that of the 3 he finds, A, he doesn't peek above the new box flash, and B, he swings out to find the bomb carrier of all the 3 to find. Really great shooting from that new box player, and now Gambit are ready to rock and roll with those recovered AKs and Glils on that CT side. They haven't had to spend too much.
Yeah, Gambit aren't giving up. Sorry, NIP aren't giving up here. They've force-sport into this. The Eagles, Hammers is burning. Hammers is dead.
Yeah, nades, bullets, and flames combined for an opening frag, and that's going to really start to have a foreboding feeling about it for the remaining Swedes. Rez uses that smoke to great success. It'll enable him to cross back and perhaps have an element of surprise to this boiler position. Enters. Nade in his hand at this moment. Playing with fire, Rez.
The chicken just scared the bloody hell out of him. It just appeared over the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
All right, Rez is getting out of there. They've still got these nades on ZTR. Smoke a flash and a Molotov, but all in all, not really working with a lot here. Top banana present still being jiggled on out. Nafany with a lot of info, and this time he has the MP9 in hand, so...
Oh, that's quite the way to make an announcement of your presence. 4-on-4 as Plopsky knocks Nafany down for his first death. An important spray for Hobbit. He gave him the AK for a reason, but Nork's Deagle has found it. The wild spray doesn't connect, and now NIP are battling back in this force by war. The spray just a little delayed. Inters doesn't catch him.
He just got the AK as well.
Oh, this is starting to spiral out of control now for Gambit. They do have kits. They've only got a single flash on Axile. I don't know what he plans to do with it. The Molly forces Plopsky into an elevated position. ZTR doesn't last long. That's important. That was the AK. He was their best bet to finish this one. And now Enters confirms it. There should be a trade. Yes, Shiro finds it, and only Nork. He's low in pool. They have the kits, and they have the frag. Gambit deal with it. NIP, though, making them work.
Oof, really bloody chaotic stuff here. There's the AK back aside that they can grab, just jigging the guns around, and there you go, walking away with the best weaponry in the server right here, right now, and Gambit will get their second. NIP off the back of a plant. Maybe they're considering the force by wars, but this one you might, if you have it, okay, never mind. AK has been purchased from Plopsky, dropped across to Nork. Looks like they're going to go for a Hero AK-47 with some Deagles around it. This way they can at least keep pressure on the economy, and they'll still be able to buy next round because the loss bonus is starting to build.
Oh, I saw the Furia boys make a pretty damn strong case for that Hero AK yesterday.
Yeah, Art, what an absolute beast he was. Career best performance against Australia. Had a couple of those recently.
Backing him up. Well, maybe Nork can remind us all what he's capable of tonight. Semi-final, don't get to see the NIP boys climbing this deep into playoffs without a whole lot of hard work, especially now up against the masters of this era, Gambit. Formerly the youngsters, now far from it, certainly in terms of capability. Hobbit, very tight jiggle, mollies, and they will try and push in front of that. They might isolate and spread these pistols out. It comes very easily to Nafany, and there's the Hero AK. Nork shows it in the feed, finds the first. If he gets Nafany, we're cooking. He does manage to get baited in nicely. Rez was the one to finish it, and now that bomb perhaps could go down. You can see Shiro throwing a nade to stop it. Perfect. Onto Rez, no armor, and therefore no hope. Now Nork does not really have the health for this one.
Would have to hit some bangers here.
Yeah, like a double one tap. Live his fallen fantasy. Does manage to neutralize Shiro. And if the frags keep coming to him, if they mishandle this... Oh, okay. Contact from both points at the same time enables Gambit to convert. 2 AKs in the bank for them, as well as a third round.
Yeah, good stuff there from Nork, right? He got a lot out of that upgraded AK, so they're just keeping this Gambit economy under wraps, making sure it's not too out of control here. Shiro will be bringing out the AWP, and Nafny, you can see they came in pre-fire in the boost. He loves to play the flower pot side of things, but here mixing it up. Then they do a lot of different variations on this B bomb site Gambit. Mac 10 for Plopsky, UMP for ZTR. And we know ZTR has a bit of a interest over towards the apps area. So it'll be a good test for Inters and Axile over that side of the map here. Molly to force Shiro out of the line, burning on down to 50, hoping to find a straight peak. More utility, pushing him back even further here, and he will be holding the line. With the NIP versus Heroic game, I think NIP in the early stages of their T side of Inferno, they were looking really good. All their utility was on point. Katie and getting naded out of all of these comfort positions. Not the same start for the Ninjas, but they're definitely brawly, and that molly landing at the toes segregates the push into apartments. Boiler taken, holes as well. Bullets through from Axile. Aren't going to connect, and a lot of control here for NIP to execute.
Yeah, they are. They're forced Axile off the balcony.
They might have the nades for Bike.
Damage, and they could very well have nades for that pit. He's actually in the mini pit though, so he survives for now. Out they go. Vision's lost. He controls the spray nicely, and Axile 2 for his troubles. An important jewel lost by Hampus. It's Nafany to get away just about. And another bomb plant. Oh, a bomb plant would be
the bomb plant would be
ideal.
Great here. He should really get
wants
it
to
down.
get it down. He's not going to be contested, so it is in all the same.
That's the right decision for the team. Maybe not for the round, as now he's isolated on the side, and they're clamping in. One apartments, one's going to come up short, and even wrapping around that long side. Library now for Shiro.
He's got a chance on Nafany if he takes that first contact. Ooh, never mind. Nafany very quick to the draw, looking good today. 12 frags so far for the leader of Gambit.
We talk about Hobbit, we talk about Axile, we talk about Shiro. Nafany is just an absolute monster, right? Because of how aggressive he is and the type of plays that he goes for, he's really instrumental to this Gambit roster. Now, those nades, we highlighted that yesterday. They dunked him on Config, right? They absolutely dismantled him. Now, ready for it. And these tendencies that NIP have, you have to hope they have a few more tricks in their book than that, because, you know, once you avoid it, once you know it's coming, you feel really good about avoiding a play like that. And a big smile on Nafany's face.
I think he's definitely happy with the way his team have reacted to NIP's T-start. Now, this is on NIP's pick. I'm sure Gambit will have done their homework equally as much as Threat and NIP have.
Us two will be interesting.
Oh, God, won't it?
Yeah, Threat saying they're feeling confident. Gonna be a tough map as things will slow down a little bit here, and they're gonna push up Banana quickly. The jump peek across hasn't been spotted. Shiro not going to stand in the molly this time round.
Deliberately not throwing a bullet through that wall, though. He'd rather have the potential for a surprise frag. You know, typically it's been Hobbit jiggling with the smoke. He's set that precedent already. Now they're going to go for a stack nade. I wonder if it's for boost or coffins.
It's coffins the other down to
Could be Shiro. Oh, this could get him. Does fire off the AWP shot and down to 45 from the stack nade. But he still gets that frag that he was biding his time for and enables him to drop more util now at the front door.
They've even dipped out of Banana here, so Bomb's now back towards bottom of middle. It's just Plopsky standing, hoping he doesn't get peeked and flashed off the line. He's looking to reinitiate on this, but has to be careful.
Yeah, I think he wants to try and grab that smoke, keep selling this. No, in fact, they are grouped up now, and a smoke will bloom. This is interesting. They've got 3 more smokes. They might just want to keep going on this. Yeah, they do, and the flashes are great. Tucked in the back of the site now. Contact is going to be very important, and so are the shots. Shiro with one, and a nice double from Hobbit. Spray transfer is real, and the B site locked down. Shiro, Hobbit, untouchable as they find everything they needed.
Nice variation for Gambit to have by having Shiro over there with the AWP early. Teams can really push up Banana against Gambit because they don't traditionally go for control. So by having the AWP there, it means you can hold onto your smokes and Molotovs for a little bit longer. As soon as he gets pushed off a line, back to coffins, maybe back towards CT spawn. At that point, you can dump all your utility. So this is working great for Gambit here. Scoreline 5-2 and NIP back into these pistols.
So when they give you that opportunity to walk up Banana, you're now going to be second guessing it. Well, hang on.
I need an extra flash, right? You can't just go in contact in the same way as you traditionally would.
Yeah, that's a no from Plopsky.
This time they're going for some Banana control. Or at least they were postured to do so, right? A couple mollies, they didn't really land a whole lot. But as soon as they throw that, they don't want any cheeky business behind those smokes, right? They don't want to get pop flashed on through. You die top Banana, there's so much pressure on the site. Big controls the next look in. Molotov to contain under porch. Smoke over towards arch side just to Standard looking round here. The pistols are the only problem.
If anyone was pushed up on Arch there, they would have been overrun, isolated by the flames, and now we do see Library side smoked off. Shiro reacts to Arch.
This is where I really think NIP, if they can get some traction and find the pressure points towards this Arch side, might be able to fluster Gambit. Hobbit's rotating on over as well. And they're going back to B, so they pulled the rotation. This could be masterful if they're able to deny.
Nafany doesn't have a smoke. He's got nothing. It's just the nade ready. And an AK-47.
Oh, they're gambling heavy on A right now as well.
Here they come. What have you got for us, Nafany? He's made it clear where he is, and he doesn't last a second. Plopsky has almost won the round off the back of that. I don't know if Gambit are even going to want to trifle with this. It's Deagle's on the retake, and it was only Kevlar. A misread from Gambit puts them in a very uncomfortable position for this retake.
Good nades for this. They can smoke banana, maybe molly new box or oranges, flashes to help facilitate some peeks back into coffins.
This can get very costly very quickly. Loudly advancing. It seems like they're hesitant around that CT spawn. Jewels are given. Shiro. One. Flashes in support. Plopsky evades nicely. They are advancing. Time is very sensitive here, and they can't seem to find him. Nice shot from Inters. Running out of time, and chances now. ZTR still lives at the back of the site. Yeah, they're just keeping him pinned on the site now. And Shiro and Inters just trying to keep hold of what little they can. He's pushing for everything, and they lose it all. Rez, huge impact. He takes down the fully bought up CTs. All of that investment squandered in just a Kevlar and a Deagle round.
Yeah, as soon as Nafany goes down, you're bang on, right? That site being taken, it doesn't even matter that it's just the pistols. A retake in a 5-on-4 scenario with, unless they had Glocks, right?
Yeah, okay.
Even if they had P250s, you'd be thinking they have a real good chance in it here. And that's a big one to pick up because Gambit, they gambled. They had that smoke. There was a little bit of pressure on Shiro. He was forced to rotate. Hobbit had to come over and help out, and it was the wrong call. Can they bounce back? As Nafany set up for what could be an aggro pick on mid here. Just have him listening up close and personal. It's a 4-man A lean, looking to clamp down on top mid. Oh, but with a lot of work to do top banana. Head over the top, nobody home, nobody jumping up towards the balcony just yet. And smoke's being lined up here from Rez as Gambit will lob out one of their own. Really take the pace out of this because it's an important round for both teams here. The loss bonus for Gambit only going to be 1,900 in the next. They lose this, they lose everything. And Hobbit just still solo on this side. They are hoping they come back for this mid control, and they've gambled correctly because the smoke now towards Arch side indicates that.
Yeah, fair play after losing for the gamble on A. Against Deagles, now against AKs, they stand their ground, they're in the right place, but can they get the right frags? It looks like Rez has made it hard. ZTR wins out the last duel, which does give him an advantage to an IP, and Shiro in limbo does pivot, finds Rez on the long aggress, now can tuck in, take that space back, still has the responsibility of short. Bomb's on its way to A, and Shiro choosing to advance up mid, so that bomb likely is going to have a free reign into the site. Shiro
still worried about B.
Yeah, I think he's just confirming it. Surely now. The flashes are popped.
So he's hearing this.
Could be really beneficial. Look at the flank. Oh, it's perfect. ZTR executed. Plopsky's still an unknown entity. Hobbit's considering the possibility, and he has to plant A.
Shiro's just doing this all on his own.
He's playing it to perfection. Now he's coming behind Apps, and there's no time for Plopsky to still be in there. He has to be planting now. And Shiro confirms.
Shiro can lock him in the site here.
Yeah, so if he plays this super passive, just enough to confirm that Plopsky hasn't left A, Hobbit will make lots of noise on his advance, hoping that Plopsky will address his presence and have his back to his team. In the safe corner, and a great shot hit initially. Plopsky, just narrowly misses out on the timing window. And there you have a Gambit retake, a valiant attempt as well. It's Shiro in that 3v3 that takes control.
Yeah, it was basically all Shiro, right? Hobbit there was only really needed his presence in the final moments. They pick up that AK-47, get themselves the AWP, and Gambit now up to 6 rounds. But this plant again, NIP are threatening, right? They get this one, as I mentioned, they break that economy. This mid-crossfire, they did a great job. They traded very efficiently, right? They actually ended up on top of that scenario.
Yeah, but then Shiro did the one thing you wouldn't expect the AWPer on A to do, which is immediately fire off his AWP, hit the shot, and then flank you with an AK-47.
He was very active in that situation.
Yeah, dude, very quick thinking.
Took a lot on his own shoulders. Now, a bit of a change-up here from Gambit. 3 players towards top banana for this one. AWP back over there as Nafany dropping a smoke to facilitate a pick here. Bit of a one-way.
Hampus burned out. He has to move. He has to move. And Shiro just a tiny bit premature on the shot. Hampus on the edge of that smoke. It'll be Plopsky to punish. That was the one way to being completely and totally nullified. Hobbit is in trouble now. If he goes down early, now he's still just trying to rotate in. Hampus is caught out. They know where you are. Hobbit not going to quite be able to line up another. Losing ZTR elsewhere, though, does mean that the rotate can come in a little more. Smoke, he peeks as it pops, and nice from Nafany. Takes down one of the B advance. Res confirmed long side, could walk CT and through the smoke. Okay, Nork aware of it. Intus, however, does the same treatment right back. Can't finish it. Somebody finish it. Okay, Intus in a 1v2, and he narrowly sets himself up now with the sight. Res late to arrive.
Well, grabbing the op's not too bad here.
Doesn't know what he wants.
To take the fight. He's juggling guns. He's wasting time, and the bomb's stuck in the pond.
Ugh. Okay, so maybe you just rock a little more off that time. Res has to do all of his clears. He's got to clear back of sight. By the time he's actually gone and got that bomb, maybe about 10, 15 seconds left. And the Goldfish at the moment, just keeping that explosive device safe. 20 seconds. Inters has played this well. And Res to plant. Oh, peeking around the smoke, and Res will find it. Nice play from the Swede, and a crucial find as he recovers not only that, 4 for NIP, but sends Gambit into despair.
Oof, that was an awkward round. There were fights going on everywhere, right? Res, there, such an influential couple of kills from him. Inter's fluffing this one against Nork, right? And then he definitely panicked, you know, dropping all those guns. He's already thinking too far ahead in that situation. And that smoke from Res, that really saved the day, right? Without that, maybe he doesn't get the bomb down. There's not as much indecision. And it will be a force buy from Gambit. They want to wrestle back control of this. They've gone all in. A couple of pistols. There's a FAMAS. There's a MP9. Utility good as well. And NIP back to their usual tricks. Banana control.
Nafany's so dead.
Yeah, he's pinned.
Flashes, flames, throws out a smoke of his own design in hopes that they won't swing through. Wow, he stands strong and loads the FAMAS into 2 of them.
This fight's just going on everywhere.
Yeah, this could be the force buy back that will return Gambit to a dominant stance. Losing 2 so early into the piece, practically 3. ZTR's on 32 with a UMP. The
problem is they're being harassed everywhere. Top Banana, they were harassed. They were even harassed in second mid, so at this point, nowhere is safe. And Gambit gambling on this rotation. Going to have 3 players over towards the B bomb site. It is the right call.
Especially considering Nafany's health, he can be a bit more of a scout for his squad. Walking up on the smoke. Nice find from Res. Looking for more. Enters his smoked off, but tries to time this push right. ZTR across, and I don't think Hobbit was ready for that. A good shot from that UMP. Low health, and he's managed to hit the shots necessary to enable a plant. Rotates late.
Winnable with Nork's AWP here.
Is.
He's in a power position. There's no Molotov to deal with him. The best they could do was lob a smoke on him. Flash is not going to do a lot here. And no kit.
Here comes the util. It does remove vision. Maybe Enters can catch a glimpse of that Nork AWP safely. Yeah, baits the shot. Now they know where he is. This perhaps gets a bit more difficult. They're closing the gap left and right, and a strafe from Exile. Messing with his ears, messing with his mind. It does give Gambit a 7th. A chance lost from NIP. The defense starting to get closer and closer to that magical 8. Winning out on the defense. 7 already for Gambit.
Economy here has just been on an absolute knife's edge throughout, right?
Constantly pivoting between the 2 of them.
And NIP are once again just in touching distance of a buy. This timeout, very important to talk this one through because, sure, they can't have a Nork AWP, but they can have 2 AKs for Res and Hampus, Nork, Plopsky, and ZTR, get into some Galils if you'd like. There's definitely a buy available. We've got Threat.
His arm movements, to me, that was a banana control arm.
You reckon?
Oh yeah, he's talking about the banana. He's like, that's Molly's down banana,
yep.
And you need to flash.
It looked a lot like Tracer's command hand.
He does have a command hand. I always find that really weird as a Counter-Strike player. You know when there's one new box and you have to push left or right. I think there is some sort of genius maneuver where you can kind of sound like you're going one way just before you strafe around, and the airtime does, I don't know. I'm not good enough to be able to explain exactly what went down there, but I'm sure Axel was using every trick in the book.
Little hops making him not only harder to hit, but harder to hear, right? So making a lot out of little there. And it will be the buy from NIP.
Was it an NIP timeout first?
Yeah, it was.
Followed by a Gambit one.
So they've done that a couple of times. It's actually not a bad maneuver at all, because you've just given them an extra 30 seconds to talk about what they were just talking about. They assumed it's coming to a close, and now, oh, okay, what are they taking a timeout for? What are they going to adjust? Sometimes it might even be just to chill on out. As players here not doing a lot of talking on the Gambit side of things, but we're getting this one back underway.
Maybe if you were a team that just kept having a habit of finishing games with no time, with all of your timeouts remaining, you were like, hey, maybe we just take one when they do.
Yeah, just maybe even the mind games of it all.
Yeah, keep it completely level. Use what you can.
Let's see if your banana hand is correct.
The command hand. Shiro. It's rare to be seeing at this level. An AWPer trying to contend early on mid.
Early molly there to stop the quick pop-up, and it is coming. You can see everybody postured towards top mid from NIP.
They're doing the double app setup, so this is actually going to be perfect. You can see their angle management left and right side of this apartment's peak. Covered. And already, Axile lies in wait, and Shiro, you can see Hampus' hesitance. He suspects there's more to it. And they fake the steps away, hoping Shiro hits the shot. They won't, and now utility's forced. Time to reposition, 60 seconds, early advantage. Gambit, ooh, make it hurt even more as the nades do arrive on Rez, working with just 30. They have top mid, but that's it. No info on top banana. I imagine that's why Nork has been dispatched. But they have to use their strength in numbers. Gaps now, 3 CTs, however, to receive.
Another arch smoke landing here. More misdirection. NIP is set to come up short. "25 seconds, there has to be a go."
Yeah, what is the cue? Axile. Here's them charging up short, and he's just missed it on the turnaround. Nice from Inters. And it's all 3 from that Galil. Just holds them at bay. Quick spray, 3 for the A defender, and Gambit extend their lead. It was only Deagles. Previously did work out pretty damn nicely for them on that B finish, but NIP, off the back of a timeout no less, with nothing to show for it.
You can see this setup that Gambit have gone for, right, in this site, that when these get to super late scenarios, this is normally where teams want to start hedging with gambles. For them to have 3 on A, that makes sense. You have 1 long, 1 short, 1 apartments, right? But they just want you to come all the way in. It's like, we'll just go into the tightest knit crossfires that we can possibly think of, that if you want to come on in, we will be trading you. And Gambit, now that it will just be these Deagles, is looking very, very good for a 9th. As long as they don't heavily rotate away from this B-bomb site late. That nade's fantastic. Rez has chunked on down to 11.
Yeah, he's been trolled by his teammates. I think they gave him a magnetic beret.
Okay.
Those ones are pretty hard to find, but every nade that comes near him seems to be landing square on the jaw.
Yeah, they're definitely heading back towards Banana, and just currently swinging over towards CT spawn is Nafany. He's actually cheated all the way back over now to Speedway. So if Hobbit gets run down in the same fashion Nafany did, where he just got 1 dig towards the back of the site, never mind. They're going to fix that problem before it can even get started. So both of them...
Oh, this might be Hobbit's one with the tiny little gap. I remember watching his Future Pros tutorial.
Oh, yeah?
He's got a smoke lineup from here, which does leave a little gap on that right side for him to hold up close. You can see it there. Not going to be there just yet. Plopsky's even preemptively staring at it, and instead, the A lurks down. Now here comes the B take. Hobbit, here's a lot of steps, and now starts unloading into 2 of them. It's not gone too well for Nork. If he could just find 1 quick flick, there you go. 2 to the belly, and a bomb plant is a dream. That slight delay might cost him. And it does. That 1 extra second as he tried to get the bomb down. He had the little bit of a slow delay.
This is the USB bullet through the smoke in the head. Away you go.
Boink.
Well, there you go. The guns will be back out for NIP. Nork will be into his AWP, and a solid attempt there on the B bomb site. At no point have they really let Gambit build a massive bank. At no point. So Gambit have always been kept honest. They've been having a fight for this. They've been forced buying back themselves. But NIP, 1 or 2 more rounds here, get themselves 5 or 6 on the half, and they'll be happy with that. This is the shot here coming on in. Smoke's fading. It's the kill, and okay. Lots more vision than I anticipated from the kill feed. But we have the uplifting music for you as we have a technical timeout, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let us know how you're watching. Use the hashtag ESL Pro League.
Anything you want to sell out, Chad?
No, not really.
Want to be followed on anything?
Nah.
Podcast or anything?
Nah.
All right.
I think I'm about 1 or 2 mental meltdowns away from just getting off of all social media.
Oh, well, everyone has to have those full-on, you know, social media purge. I'm
so close.
I'm considering fully. You know, I'm going. Like, I've been working for, how long have we been working, Chad?
What, right now?
Like 2 months straight?
2 months straight, yeah.
Okay, so 2 months straight I've been working. I'm going home to my lovely Malta paradise.
Yep.
And I'm just not going to play a part of any of the social media apps.
All right.
Because I'm so super easily distracted, and I've realized that this new AI magical algorithm is just, it's perfect.
It's designed for your brain.
It's perfectly designed for my dopamine receptors to just feed me endless dopamine surges, just enough to maintain my focus and distract me from anything productive I wanted to do with my day.
Yeah.
So I just need to kind of, you know, teach myself to be a better human.
I think we just labeled that doom scrolling, right?
Yeah, doom scrolling. I mean, yeah, it's perfect, especially for a little ADD boy.
Yep. Well, that's why I got you the fidget cube.
Yeah, well, I lost that, didn't I? I'm also really... I didn't lose it. It's at home. I'm actually going home. I'm going to get it.
So you can play with it at home.
Thanks, Chad. I'll play with it at home. Don't go any further, Alex Richardson. Come on now. Let's get the Counter-Strike back underway. It does fortunately look like we've been saved by the Counter-Strike, so we can get our 14th underway. First map semi-finals today, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're catching the action you desire. We're going to be having a big one. The next one is a hotly anticipated matchup, considering the Fury that just sent Astralis to the Shadow Realm, and considering the fact that Heroic are undefeated with this change of 2 members of their roster. That promises to be a banger as well. Enjoying seeing Gambit ply their trade again as they continue to just be such an indomitable force in the Counter-Strike realms. Up to Banana. Nork, aggressive AWPing, wants to draw blood early, and there was an elbow. One into the funny bone. Doesn't quite connect. Nafny does have a nade with his name on it. Hampus cooked. God, they covered all their options there. There was bullets for if he strafed out. There was a flame if he stood still. There was a nade if he didn't.
This is the pressure point again, though. Rez has got mid control.
Yeah, but they're sweeping back in for a bit of a retake here, or at least it looks like Shiro willing to take this fight. The flashes will catch him. No, they won't. Stands and delivers just the one. It may not be sufficient. Flashes to suppress. Enters to be tested. He did so well previously on that Galil, and you can see the crossfire they've established with Axile. Oh, and just at the perfect moment, Plobsky pulls out a nade. Article pulls out a frag. Article? Did I just call him Article?
Yeah.
That's a whole new spin.
On Axile.
That's actually what Axile means in Russian.
Okay.
You wouldn't understand.
No, I haven't learned Russian.
That's my bad. It's auto-translating.
I've been working on that one.
So gifted in the language department.
This is not going to be easy for Nork.
Oh, dude, you see him? Hello.
Oh, maybe it will be easy for Nork.
Yeah, it doesn't get much easier than that. Just blows one straight into his face mask. And, I mean, if Hobbit was to go down... Oh, now when he smoked, it does force Inters alone into the fight. They weren't ready. Now just Nork. He's already managed to find 2 into the site.
Nafny, the nuisance, is here again.
And they're both on the site already. He's not ready for this. The contact comes way too quickly. Gambit just creeping and crawling in your blind spot. They know how to punish. And there's another for the Gambit CT forces. Very nicely done.
We'll call that 10. And now for NIP again, another good plant. So, you know, we're going to give thumbs up where it's due, but still it needs to be rounds at this point. 11-4. Wow, 10-5 sounds much better if you're a Swede right now. And yeah, it just felt like he saw the head for days there. So not quite certain what was going on with Axile's POV, but...
That's what it looks like every time I'm trying to play bike position. You know, everyone's like, this bike position's OP, and then I just get my head blown off by Nork.
AK's back out. No AWP this time round, and I think B might be the place to finish right now if you are NIP. Same look at default, flashes top mid, molly towards the boiler room, no early picks coming on down this time, not being forced out of the deep banana lines, and Nafny, he's already been boosted up, maybe expecting a more explosive maneuver over towards this B bomb site. Shiro fires the AWP bullet, they're now on notice. Immediately starts to rotate back on over towards CT spawn. Hampus taking the apartments in a new position from Axile here. Up in the graveyard, keeping diverse. Shiro's back in plenty of time. They're not even worried whatsoever. The top mid smoke about to fade and perfectly timed. Sure, he smoked on off, but that's going to help funnel them into this A defense that has looked masterful. Oh, rejigging into a pit graveyard setup here, and Axel just gets a bit of a freebie.
Yeah, that looks way too easy with the AUG. Make sure that first bullet's in the head. The rest, you can just kick back, relax, and unload the spray. So they are pivoting to B. 50 seconds. Hobbit with just a flash. Do they have a smoke? Doesn't seem to be the case.
Daphne has full nades. He's been on this boost since the start of the round, right? But we saw this fall apart against Astralis.
Yeah, and you can't throw your smoke when you're boosted. You'll have to spray instead. Only one for his troubles. Shot from Rez. Okay, NIP. Pretty damn good shot at a 5th here. Man advantage for Gambit on the retake. And they do have util for it. Rez, you can see, he knows he has to take initiative and he needs to take early duels. Shiro is going to be coming super late banana, so the fact that these two are grouped up is beneficial. Shiro with the nades to confirm their suspicions that Node won. New box, CTR jiggled out nicely. Shiro's working some magic here. And Gambit, their retakes are potent. I don't know how many exactly, but a handful of successful retakes in this first half. And it's 11 to Gambit. NIP's pick, they're going to have to do a whole lot of work on their defense if they want to regain some honor in the first of the semi-final.
I think the CIS playstyle is I wouldn't call it like a playstyle only for them, but in general they play a lot more risky. They take a lot of risks, and sometimes when you're playing online, that's the way you need to play because people are caught off guard. So I don't think it fits too well for us as a team because we play the percentage, and we want to play smart. We want to play. Every time we have when we are in advantage, we want to try and use that and play smart. But sometimes people, they have pushed the smoke and suddenly they're behind you, and that can be very difficult to play against. So I definitely think that these CIS teams can be very difficult and annoying to play against just because they have this confidence and they just do whatever they feel like is the correct.
Hey Future Pros, back to Inferno today with a pretty useful Molotov. This molly will force back an AWPer playing close to porch. To execute this, use your KZ skills to get onto the corner of this railing. Aim below the wooden rafter and at the bottom of the cracked paint on the wall. Then jump and throw. This will force any AWPer playing porch side to move back onto the site, or play more aggressive, so watch out for that too. Good luck!
Your destiny, slay your enemy, raise a legacy. No more.
All Alrighty then, ESL Pro League's 13th season, and Gambit, well, it's their season, it's their year. They're 11-4 up against the Pyjamas Ninjas. Definitely not just fresh out of bed, though. Didn't roll out into an 11-4 half. And they're even doing their stretches. I did think he'd look like he'd been hitting the gym, right? Like this,
nimble
he's
right there.
looking nimble. He's looking a little wider than I last saw him. He's looking like 4x3 stretched. He used to just be 4x3. Let's get into it. 11 rounds to Gambit, and it is a T start. We do get the Julies on the newly henchman, Mr. Rez. 1x bet. Bookmakers leaning towards Gambit, understandably, and there goes the raid boss.
Well, that was a quick little foray for the Julies on an adventure down the stairs and dead to timing. Still got one fun gun in the round. Plopsky got himself a CZ75, but he's all the way over towards B, so now it's just Nork towards apartments.
Remember that Nork case?
I think the one we're about to see, yeah.
Yeah, it was like he was in apartments and he like tapped that first head, he killed the Hobbit, and then got like quite low and scary for a second, but then once he dropped down and started hitting all those other headshots, like Axile was
pretty close.
Pretty close, but then he actually got inters with that last bullet. That was so sick, and then on that fresh clip, re-peeking in, and everyone was thinking it was a different round actually. But 3v3, and now the bomb is down. Nafany, look at this position. Hampus is just not ready for the top mid hold. Effective from Gambit. They're pushing the smoke. Oh, Exile denies it. Oh, 4 in very quick succession. Those last two advancing in the smoke. It seemed like the play.
Ferocious stuff right there. And I always love it when Shiro gets dropped to P250, right? He's been donated the P250 from Nafany. And then as soon as he gets an opportunity to grab that USP, he always just picks that up. As I don't want your P250. I got my preference right here. Run on down. There's a couple of nice shots out of Nork, but yeah, as soon as he gets handled, that's the round done and dusted. And oh, it's the force bite from NIP.
I'm a sucker for a Mag 7.
Yeah, but it's over towards Arch side, so
yeah,
have to run in maybe with the knives out to make that one.
Stop ruining my fun.
Nork does have a scout, and one of the things I noted with NIP yesterday was they like to stay transitional in fighting. They like to fight top mid, top banana a lot, and there's a tag, so that's a good start.
The scout's connecting, and it seems like Gambit want to go on this. CTR greets them with bullets, and another as well. Headshot in the feed from Plopsky.
This is falling apart very quickly.
Oh yeah, it's a bit of a disaster, and now they want to try and jiggle back perhaps towards a 3-2 split. Rez was on his way to B, but as they cut noise, it does seem that Gambit are going to have to go for around the world. Look at this. They're not, are they? Holy moly. That is, I mean, I don't see that all too often. That, I mean, it probably also a product of the fact they lost them so early, but also the fact that they've got 12 rounds already on this T side. They've got Galils and an AK to save.
Still pretty absurd.
I haven't seen this very often.
I get it. They don't want to give away any guns. They don't want to do any of that nonsense. They already have conceded the round, ladies and gentlemen. There was still 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock, and Gambit had already decided that the round was over.
This is where we need to be able to have like a color caster call him where he goes, oh, I don't know what's going on, Dan.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
It makes sense. The problem is sometimes things that make sense are, how do I put this?
Yeah, I mean, like,
not great for viewers.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
So we have to sit here for 1 minute and 10 seconds because the right decision is being made. Now, let's explain this away, shall we? You can see the guns that NIP have. They're about to get the win bonus. They're going to be able to upgrade anyway. But Gambit, because they will have only the 1,400 loss bonus next round, want to hold on to everything.
When it's 3 of them as well, like, it has so many perks to it, unfortunately. Begrudgingly, it actually does make a lot of sense. You don't want to be giving that AK away. You know they've only brought in peanuts, and so they'd rather be spending their pocket lint than using your weapons against you into this one after some good deal headshots. Well, there you have it.
But what is cool is even with NIP getting that round win bonus, because they still kept the FAMAS, the Swag 7 Scout, they're not going to upgrade from those into the rifles. So actually, for Gambit...
Don't stop convincing me it's 5D chess, because it kind of feels like 5D chess.
Look at the buys, right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So NIP got to keep their armor. They had everything, right? They already had primary weapons. They mainly invested right now into nades.
Yeah, they got more util than last time, and there's another tag this time. Hobbit on notice and knocked by Nork.
They really liked doing this yesterday, NIP. They love sweeping late middle and fighting top mid and getting them in the choke points, not giving up too much territory. And it might be hard for Gambit here, who do tend to get a lot of respect on their T sides.
That's fair, yeah. And Hampus, I saw a lot of great promise out of his aggressive B maneuvers last time we saw NIP on Inferno. He's had a quiet first half, but that's not to say the impact's not to come. Nork A lot of pressure, and they actually do well to hit a lot of those shots through the walls, and he's been wrapped upon.
Oh!
They do fall to the first headshot. Good find in response. The T's, they're pressuring A. I'm not sure if Shiro's going to be ready for this. He still catches Rez's aggression, but from behind. Oh, Axal keeps him safe. Swings back in just to check, keep his teammates safe. Now ZTR is in a dire position.
He loves this spot, though. Surely they clear it. In the side.
And are very thorough gamers, but even they are human.
Oh, they're going to let him come to them. I don't want to look at it.
Still pre-aiming it, though. And top mid is safe. Axal's having no issues today. Dude, what have his stats been? I'm going to have to make sure I get them up because he's doing it again. This is another now semi-final performance where Axal is averaging
He's got 21 kills
20
right now.
minimum. Like every time I see this guy in the server. Again with just the silent KD. 21 and 7. His ADR's up to 120. In a 19, now 18 round game.
I swear he's the bodyguard of Shiro as well, because in so many situations, like Shiro's going in or Shiro's looking at this, and then Axal just swings out and gets like a kill or two to make things easier. So the save guns do look like a genius maneuver because they pull it off. It's 13-5. They actually get across the line in what seemed quite easy, all things considered.
And you wouldn't believe how much better it gets, Chad, because not only have they done that, NIP are forcing back in with another scout and another Mag 7, the same weapons they've been stuck with for this entire CT half by virtue of, albeit not entirely, Gambit's decision-making.
Yeah, and this is where we're already at the tail end of this map, right? 13-5 is the score, and they lose this. We may as well call it game here. Even with the loss bonus going to build in the later stages for NIP, it's going to be too little too late. So if they can course correct and bounce back again and keep these force buy wars going that we did have in the first half as well, then there's a chance. But they really need to break Gambit. They need to make sure they can't save. They need to make sure that they're denying them any weaponry they can, denying those plants. Scout across mid. Hampus not landing the tag. And a boost straight away towards the back of the B bomb site here. So that's the M4, the biggest gun for that CT defense. They're kind of hoping that they come in for one of these B executes before like they did on their anti-eco, right? That was through the smoke. They kind of gifted them a couple of kills. I think we'll see a bit more of a tapered Gambit. Might take their time on this one, just waiting for any more reaggress in Banana. Very passive towards second middle is Axal, and now Nafany's starting to have a little bit of a look about towards mid.
Give me a Mag 7 frag, Rez. You know you wanna. That looks like a lovely little lineup. Can't mess that one up. Flying towards middle, and Rez gets one with the pump. A second, this time a little awry. Enters a little bit of shrapnel on his shoulder, but trying to go for the long-range duel. Rez brave, then into the scout of Hampus, and a tag is certainly a good start. Yeah, big problems for the NIP squad. They have got an M4, it was on B, and now, well, the bombs get to be planted, and the rotates in. They're 3, charging up through top mid.
Fighting for this one.
Who's going to contest from that? It's not going to be easy for Intis to hold with the scout. He seems to be falling out of that as well. He'll maybe hold it from pit, but they're going quite quick. Axile, it's always Axile. Finds some impact. Nork, however, has that M4, and Rez is right in the smoke. This is good.
Oh!
Mag 7 tags. ZTR frags. Now zipping up the body bags is Nork. One more. Hobbit. Oh, and more damage, but not enough. It comes down to the finest of margins. 11 points of health separating these two, but Gambit, as the dust settles, emerge victorious with 14 to their name. NIP are in jeopardy.
And they've already force bot back in. Check it out. What a cluster on the site right there. People jumping in with shotguns, pistols, getting stuck in, trades galore.
How much health did he have before that? That's so unlucky. I think it was through the pillar. 35 down to, what, 11? 20 damage through that pillar?
And like you were saying, it doesn't get better for NIP, right? Because of that force buy again, they've had to force buy one more time. Another hodgepodge buy. On the CT side, they will finish this game, their map choice, without having a full CT gun round. Let that one sink in as another slowish start. Hobbit ripping the head off Hampus. Hampus is the player on this team, right, who is similar to Nafany. You know, he's getting stuck in, getting around, finding the impact, finding the room. 3 for 18, having a rough go of it today. Absolutely denied. Kept a saddle on him, have Gambit.
It's a weird visual. Nice nade damage just to really, really make sure NIP are miserable. Are they going to do that flash off of each other's face? I didn't know if that was like legit to stop the sound of the flash bouncing or not.
I kind of just left that one because the player was strafing. I was like, what is going on there?
Exactly. I was just interested as to whether or not it was something they were doing deliberately. Nope, just standing around close on orange, hoping that the damage from that Mag 7, which does seem quite threatening now. Rez, more damage. So many lows. The Eagles are there for 2. Perhaps ZTR has got it in him. This could be the start of something for NIP if they can just get their bloody teeth into a full buy, a 1 round. Nafany's so low. ZTR, element of surprise, and he pre-fired. Oh, reacting to the head. Nafany's so close to being dead, but the pre-fire. ZTR loses it out, and Gambit extend to 15. Well, there's been a couple of these now, Chad. Just 1v1 scraps of health. Back-to-back rounds where NIP have been 1v1, one clutch away from actually having a full CT buy.
Now, we know the nature of having these lower buys means you play a little bit differently than you would with full rifles, but the question still stands. If they were able to get cemented into a couple of gun rounds, what would those rounds look like with utility, defuse kits, everything they might need, as well as upgraded firepower? But this will likely be the final round here on map number 1. Again, a force buy scenario to close things out here for NIP. Deagles, MP9, light utility. It is not great compared to 4 AK-47s and an AWP. Give you a couple of the highlights here because Nafany needed to come in clutch. Had some big moments himself today, 24 kills so far.
Every single one of these 1vx's is theirs. What's your oh my god, they're all losing their mind. This is a nice little insight into the NIP mindset right now.
This is what AI is, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Just spinning in circles.
Open AI, eat your heart out.
All right, can they give it another attempt here with the Deagles?
They do stuff for Valve as well, those OpenAI geniuses. They're doing they're making bots play Dota, and all we've got is chickens in a circle.
Yeah, well, the dancing chicken, it's going to be all the rage when we get back to events.
Sure, man. It's definitely not the game for the cosplays, is it?
We've got some now, though.
I saw the man with a condom on his head, but like, other than that...
What about the Aussie guy with the mask?
What? What mask?
He has like multiple colored masks.
Okay.
What's his name, Rush?
I actually don't know what you're on about.
Okay, well, that's all right.
I think you had a dream about a man that cosplayed Counter-Strike
it's real
characters.
I think
it's just harder to explain to your mum. Like, it's easy to say, yeah, I want to be this like 9-tailed fox lady from this video game, and she goes, oh, that's cool. But if you want to go, I want to kind of put like a bomb on my back. Never mind, actually.
Sorry, mum.
NIP. CT.
3 players over towards B.
Thank you, Chad. I'm glad we're playing ball. What will we see? Nafany? Does find the first, and now I'm afraid this might pull rotates. He's taking a lot of liberties. If Rez goes down, the site is his. 26 for the leader of Gambit, and watch his mouth move. He's conveying as much information as he can.
Need to get up mid here.
Yeah, Nork's holding it.
Past Nork.
He's actually been drawn towards long by the util. He didn't want to get pushed, and now they're into the site. Yeah. Looking good. Orbit will finish off both of the rotates if the bomb goes down. Inters gets it. And Chiro wraps it all up. Damn, Gambit. Coming in hot, steaming, and speeding through their opponent's map pick. NIP Inferno. And it's done in 21 rounds. We'll see you after the break.